is giving the pilots final course corrections. And there they go, ladies and gentlemen. Notice how the jumpers are maneuvering their bodies. This is being done for two reasons. The first is to demonstrate to you the amount of control a parachutist has over his body in free fall. The second is to provide enough separation between each other in order to deploy their parachutes without danger of entanglements. At this time, all jumpers have deployed their main parachutes and are setting up for a precision landing on the target area before you. Currently, our drop zone control officer for today's demonstration is Master Sergeant Retired Steve Hain from Fort Wayne, Indiana. He has over 3,460 free fall parachute jumps to his credit. Assisting his ground crews for today's demonstration are Captain Tony T-Pain Maripane from Colony, New York with 69 jumps, and Cadet Second Class Spencer McIntyre from Black Forest, Colorado with 106 jumps.
I wouldn't do that, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, you will notice that the canopies above you are not the traditional round canopies that most people think of when they think of parachutes. Rather, these canopies are square. The canopies have a vertical descent rate of 12 to 16 feet per second and can achieve forward speeds of up to 20 miles per hour. Unlike the traditional round canopies, which work simply by providing enough drag to slow the jumpers down to a safe landing speed, these canopies actually fly. You'll notice that it is shaped like an airfoil, and indeed, these highly maneuverable canopies exhibit much of the same flight characteristics as the wing of an airplane. As the jumpers near the ground, you will notice them pulling down on both steering lines at the same time. This is being done in order to stall the canopy and reduce the forward speed from 20 miles per hour to a safe landing speed. And our first jumper to land is Cadet First Class Dave Libren from Scobie, Montana. Cadet Libren has over 384 free fall parachute jumps to his credit. And our second cadet to land is Cadet First Class Joseph Valdez from right here in Dewey Beach, Delaware. Cadet Valdez has over 584 free fall parachute jumps to his credit. And ladies and gentlemen, if you direct your attention high overhead, you will see Cadet First Class Spencer Chardine carrying the Prisoner of War flag. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to honor all prisoners of war and those who've served our country. And our third jumper to land, carrying the Prisoner of War MIA flag, is Cadet First Class Spencer Chardine from Dover, Delaware, with over 448 free fall parachute jumps to his credit. And there they go! Again, notice how the jumpers are maneuvering their bodies. This is being done for two reasons. The first is to demonstrate to you the amount of control a parachute has over his body during free fall. The second is to provide enough separation between each other in order to deploy their parachutes without danger of entanglements. At this time, all jumpers have deployed their main parachutes and are setting up for a precision landing on the target area before you.
The pictures of school bus.
What school bus?
Our Wings of Blue cadet team members are instructors for the basic free fall parachute course, which is one of only 2 schools in the Department of Defense authorized to award the basic parachutist badge. This course is offered to Academy cadets every semester of the school year. The colors of the 300 square foot canopies used in this course correspond to the colors of each of the 4 classes at the Academy: blue, silver, red, and gold. Because of the large canopy size, students with minimal experience are able to land safely and softly. Cadets at the Air Force Academy have an opportunity to learn about parachuting, which is unique among college sports. In addition to serving as jump masters and instructors for fellow cadets at the Academy, members of the Wings of Blue participate in many types of parachute jumps, such as accuracy, formation freefall, knife, and long delay freefall jumps performed from altitudes as high as 17,500 feet above the ground. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our first jumper to land from our first pass is Technical Sergeant Brad Shipkiss from Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Streaming yellow smoke behind him, Sergeant Shipkiss has over 520 free-fall parachute jumps to his credit. And our second jumper to land, trailing red smoke and the United States Marine Corps flag, is Cadet First Class Spencer Walker from Birmingham, Alabama. Cadet Walker has over 366 free-fall parachute jumps to his credit. And our third jumper to land in this pass is Cadet First Class Brett Killian from Tampa, Florida, carrying the Navy flag. Cadet Killian has over 350 free-fall parachute jumps to his credit. And there they go. Notice how the jumpers are maneuvering their bodies. This is being done for two reasons. The first is to demonstrate to you the amount of control a parachute has over his body in free fall, and the second, again, is to provide enough separation between each other in order to deploy their parachutes without danger of entanglements. At this time, all jumpers have deployed their main parachutes and are setting up for precision landing on the target area before you. The Wings of Blue is proud to represent the United States Air Force and the Air Force Academy in demonstrations such as this one across the United States year-round. Each year, the Wings of Blue perform at more than 50 special events displaying their intricate aerial skills for more than 2 million spectators. In addition to the team's primary duty of training other cadets in basic parachuting freefall and demonstrating the techniques of freefall parachuting, the Wings of Blue is very active in parachuting at the local, regional, national, and international levels. The Wings of Blue has dominated the National Collegiate Parachuting Championships for 22 of the past 30 years, making us the winningest collegiate team in the nation. And ladies and gentlemen, our first jumper to land, trailing red smoke, carrying the blue and silver streamer, is Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Koss, Director of Operations, 98th Flight Training Squadron. From Colorado Springs, Colorado, Lieutenant Colonel Koss has over 2,800 free-fall parachute jumps to his credit. Following Lieutenant Colonel Koss is Technical Sergeant Kenny Kendrick from Biloxi, Mississippi, carrying the Air Force flag. Sergeant Kendrick has over 1,000 parachute jumps to his credit. And our final jumper to land is Captain Yancey Walker from Denver, Colorado, carrying the Coast Guard flag. Captain Walker has over 950 free-fall parachute jumps to his credit.